Happy Friday, fish keepers! Woo! We made it to Friday. How freaking good! I've decided I don't know if it's actually Friday or Friday or fuck all Friday or fuck yeah Friday or even fish keeping Friday. It doesn't matter. It's Friday. We've done it. We're happy. Chahoo! We're preparing for the Fanatics Friday coffee date. We've got Nelson from Aquatics coming on. Just finished making my coffee. Just about to go into the office / studio. So we're going to get that done. It's going to be a fun time. Hopefully you join us for it. If you don't join us for this, hopefully you join us for the replay. Then we'll work out what we're doing for the rest of the day. This is probably likely 100% the last time this aquarium will be shown on one of our videos. It's been picked up this morning. It was sold a few weeks ago. It's being collected today. Goodbye, big fella. You've been good to me. Done what I needed to do, and then you started leaking, so I had no use for you. I tried to fix you, but the DIY daddy skills were just not good enough. So goodbye, goodbye, goodbye. Did you like my poetry skills? I could be the next big poet. Anyway, it's on its way out today. It's going out the door. I hope the next person enjoys it as much as I have. Yeah, very soon there'll be a big gap right there. That was another bumper episode of the Fanatics Friday Coffee Date. Nelson from Aquatics is a wealth of information when it comes to producing live foods. We spoke about Daphnia, we spoke about phytoplanktons, we spoke about Infusoria and a few other bits and pieces. It was ridiculously cool. I'm going to cut a couple of little segments out because there was some really good stuff in there, to little shorts that we're going to chuck on the YouTube machine. It was really cool. So if you didn't get a chance to watch it live, I would definitely encourage you to check out the replay because it is phenomenally good and there is so much information being shared, so much knowledge being shared. It was just an absolute bumper. So yeah, loved that one. Let's crack on with the day. Next day on, and we've got some sparkly looking aquariums. It's not bad. It's not bad at all. May or may not have forgotten to clean the outside of the tanks, but I'm sure you can forgive me for that. They're looking nice and crisp and clean now. So that is a good result. A very good result indeed. Now to work on this BBA. Next task to do. And it is gone! Just like that. No more leaky tank. But we've got a gap. The question is now, what do we do with the gap? What do we fill it in with? A big tank, small tanks, little tanks, no tanks. More water filter setup? No water filter setup. Shelves, racking. What do we do? Put some posters up here and stand in front of it. Maybe start the Fanatics Friday coffee dates out here from now on. Who knows? I definitely don't. Do you? Look what's arrived. Our motor unit to go into there. Happy days. So basically number one priority is going to get this into there. I've just got to finish off a couple of bits and pieces from the Fanatics Friday coffee date with Nelson. A couple of wee edits and that kind of stuff. Once that's done, we're pulling this thing apart, we're getting this done, we're getting these front toes happy again. That is the goal. Oh no, Spaghetti-O! The streak has ended. No more lights on, lights off, lights on, lights off action going on. We're just straight up lights off 2 days in a row. Bugger. Wonder what tomorrow is going to bring. Been watching these bronze cories get into weird positions today. Like sitting upside down on this birch branch, I think it's birch. Or surfing on the rocks in weird positions and stuff like that. It's always something to watch in an aquarium. Always something different going on. May or may not have been getting ready to do the dishes and got slightly distracted by somebody. It's not filled till she spills, and it didn't spill. Time to do my dishes. Right, lunchtime for me, and then we're going to crack into that filter together. I'd like to say thank you to everybody who's been leaving us comments in the chat section, description section. You know what I'm talking about. We had our Fanatics Friday coffee date this morning, as you'll be well aware, and in all honesty, there was more people in the chat today, so I think what we're doing, or what you are doing for me, which I greatly appreciate, is working. The more people that are seeing Fanatics Friday coffee date, the happier I am, because there's so much cool information that's being shared on that live stream. So today, my question is, I'm going to start doing question of the week or question of the day. I'm blatantly plagiarizing that from the 3 Years to Aquariums podcast, which we'll put up here somewhere. If you haven't checked it out, you probably should. But the question for today is, did you watch today's Fanatics Friday coffee date? If you did, what did you take from it? If you didn't, how come? Were you not able to? Did you not get a chance? And if you didn't, are you going to watch the replay? Please let us know in the comments below. Again, really helps the algorithm machine, and because of which it helps us get more people viewing the Fanatics Friday coffee date, which is absolutely the jewel in our crown. So thank you for people for commenting, thank you for people that are involved in watching it. It's a really, really good time. So I'm going to have some lunch, then we're going to crack on to getting this FX6 fixed up. Right, let's get this FX6 moving and shaking. Out of the box, as we can see. It's pretty obvious what it is. Comes with an O-ring. Doesn't have anywhere near the same size instructions as what the other one does, but I have read it, the instructions. The bit that I find really interesting. Important. This installation or spare part must be performed by a qualified person only in compliance with existing safety rules and installation leaflet of the finished product. Am I a qualified person? I don't know if I am a qualified person, and I'm definitely not a qualified person only. Does that mean I'm allowed to do this, or am I not allowed to do this? I'm a little bit worried. What happens if I do it, it goes wrong? Am I in trouble? Am I liable? What if I get electrocuted? What's going to happen then? Well, I'm not going to electrocute, he's going to unplug it first. But you know what I mean. What's qualifying as qualified for this particular task? I can use a screwdriver. Does that make me qualified? I think it probably does. Let's get it fixed. As I've been standing here draining this, we're looking over there, and I think I did the right thing, putting air into the tank and that kind of stuff. Then I realised I'm an absolute spoon. I just put some air in there, and that was it. That tank over there has got like 3 sponge filters sitting in it, all running. Actually, it's 2, but you know what I mean. There's tanks along here with sponge filters in here just remaining cycled, getting water blowing over them all the way through here, and all I did is put air in. What an absolute muppet. Good one, Richard. Alright, for this stage of the installation, uninstallation, whatever we want to call it, we're in the lefty-loosey stage. Engaged, lefty-loosey. Next comes righty-tighty. I definitely think I'm qualified for this now that I'm speaking this sort of tradesman type lingo. I'll be a handyman in no time. Won't be long, and DIY daddy will be no more. It'll be tradie daddy. Screw out. Right, let's keep going. Okay, so we've been through the lefty-loosey part of this tutorial. Now we're into the righty-tighty. Let me go. Maybe I am a qualified installer. Follow me for more DIY hacks and tips and tricks on how to install fluval bits. Maybe I should make an entire video of just taking off this fluval motor and adding a new one to it, and that would get a view count galore. Probably wouldn't, but hey, it is what it is. You got this for free without having to click on another video. Just learned another pretty sweet lesson today. Filling up an FX6 and you got one of your hose taps off and you're filling it up from that end. It's got nowhere for the water to go. What it does is it just explodes. All over me, all over the ground. Good times. Up here for thinking. I'm learned it today, that's for sure. It's alive! It's going, kind of, we can see it just sort of. It's definitely going, it's working. Hopefully we'll be able to blow out some of the air that's clearly in it because it's making a few noises, chugging them out, and we're away laughing. Just on the side note, water went freaking everywhere. It's a good job, it's a real good job. Good thing I, had plans on getting wet today, and I bought my togs and flip-flops and everything. Absolutely love the Fluval FX6. I'll never say a bad word about it. Anything that I said about it earlier in the week is absolute garbage. They're amazing units. I love how they purge themselves and all that kind of stuff. Should be all purged of water. It'll run for a few minutes, it'll turn itself off for a few minutes, and then it'll be all tickety-boo. Next thing is I need to make sure these fish still stay good. I've squeezed a bit of gunk in there from another filter, so that'll help it, because all the bacteria in there, the majority of the bacteria, or a lot of the bacteria, I'm just talking words now, might not mean any truthfulness to this, but my understanding, there we go, is when you have a filter that's been running, you turn it off, there's no oxygen flowing through, so the bacteria in the filter begin to die off. There we go. Not all, but some, and you still have a decent amount of time, but because there will be some die off of the bacteria, I need to be mindful of the fish in here. Now, we can also take that into account that this is a full running ecosystem. It's been running for quite a long time. Lightly feeding, I'll be doing some water changes, all that kind of stuff, so it'll probably help with us there. But I definitely need to be mindful of that and be a bit lower on the food, do a couple of big water changes, and keep an eye on the fish and monitor the water conditions, the water parameters over the next week and a half, 2 weeks or so we don't go through a full cycle and I don't lose some fish, because that would suck, because I absolutely love these frontoses.